Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Cuz You Don't Know Football. Guys, we got another exciting episode for you. We into this week 7 bullshit. Nah, it's not bullshit, but we in the week 7 though. But I got somebody new. My boy Mike's about to come on, and we gonna see what he got. You know what I mean? We gonna see how this go. We gonna see. Y'all let me know, but y'all be honest about it, okay? All right, okay. All right, he's just getting his situation together. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
What's
Uh,
up, buddy?
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mike, what's going on, man? Welcome to Cuz
Mhm.
You Don't Know Football, man. We're happy to have you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
All right, cool, man. Good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
man. So listen, man, I told the audience because they said we don't know about new people. And I said you got to give my man Mike a chance. You see? So they said they're gonna be honest with you, but you better come with that heat, is all I'm saying.
Say less. Say less.
So of course we're doing this while
The
the
game.
yes, while the game is going on. So I'm gonna keep my eye on the game as
I got it on right now, by the way. So
okay. Cool. So of course, so right now we're gonna talk about week 7 games. Then we're gonna do our week 8 picks, and then I want your opinion on the status of some of these teams. We're gonna see what you know. We're gonna see what I got, what we're gonna be able to say at the end of this, okay? How you feel about that?
my man.
All right. Let me just make sure I got. Oh, I messed it up. Oh well. All right. I'm not gonna be watching the game while I'm doing it. Fine. Fine.
We're gonna start off with the Steelers and the 40-year-old game, 40-year-old quarterback game.
Yeah, that was an old game, wasn't it? Yes, the Thursday night game. That is where we were starting. The surprise. Joe Burrow-less Bengals. Did they go into Pittsburgh? Yeah, they went into Pittsburgh. Came out with the dub. They won
No,
30.
they were in Cincinnati.
They were in Cincinnati. Oh, they were in Cincinnati. I looked that up. They were in all white, so I thought they were on the road.
Yeah, you're good.
But they won 33-31 in a surprise
Yep.
victory. So I'm gonna just read off the stats of the teams, and then I'm just gonna ask you what you think
Can
about it.
I can I guess who had the most receiving yards for the what's it called for the Bengals?
Do you actually know it, or are you actually guessing?
No, no, I don't have. Look, I don't have anything. I just have this the
Because
what you gave me.
I think it's pretty obvious. I'm gonna be honest with
Yeah, it's Higgins. Higgins.
you.
Higgins.
No, it
He's
wasn't
not.
Higgins. It was Jamar Chase, obviously. So
No, 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 Higgins was the one that cooked Ramsey. I meant Chase had the most yards though. Yeah, yeah.
okay, all right,
So
cool. So, um, we starting with the stats. Aaron Rodgers was 23 of 34, 249 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 picks. And then Jalen Warren had 16 carries for 127 yards, but there was no rushing touchdowns. Pat Fryermuth actually led them in receptions with 5 receptions for 111 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I'm
And
surprised by that.
yeah, well, sometimes you get in where you fit in. They're gonna have games like that. Jonnu Smith actually had a receiving touchdown, and Darnell Washington had a receiving touchdown. Now I just want to see, did they have how
And
many sacks?
also rushing yards. Chase Brown had 11 carries for 108 yards.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. So the Steelers had like 2 sacks. They didn't have any picks though. Moving over to the Bengals. Joe
Damn,
Flacco. Joe Flacco, 31 of 47, 342 yards, 3 touchdowns, no
four
picks.
touchdowns. Four
Chase
touchdowns.
Brown. Chase
Four
Brown
touchdowns.
had, huh?
Four touchdowns
No,
for
Joe
Brock.
Flacco had 3 touchdowns. He had
Oh yeah, Joe Flacco. I thought you were saying Rodgers. My bad. Go yeah.
no. We on the Bengals now.
All right, go.
Um, Chase Brown had 11 carries for 108 yards. There were no rushing touchdowns. Jamar Chase had 16 receptions,
That's
161 yards,
wild.
1 touchdown. T. Higgins had 6 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown. And Noah Fant actually also had a touchdown. And in terms of sacks, they did not have any sacks, but they had a pick. Who had the picks? Jordan Battle had a pick, and DJ Turner the second also
DJ
had a
Turner
pick.
second. Yeah.
So, what's your takeaways from this game? What should we know?
Well, I would say that the Steelers' defense is middle is they're one of the most paid defenses in the league, right? I would say that's the most disturbing thing. You got Joe Flacco, but obviously you put Joe Flacco in and you have all these weapons with Chase. I mean, that 16 receptions is crazy. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I think that the Steelers should have won this game. And I mean, this was the game that was in London, correct?
Hmm.
Yeah. So I
No,
mean,
I'm
it
sorry.
was
I'm
no
sorry.
no
This is in Cincinnati. Sorry, you even answered that one for me. This is
no
in
no no, yeah
Cincinnati.
yeah yeah. That was the Jacksonville game that you earlier. That
Yes.
was the
Yes.
Jacksonville with the Rams game we'll go over. But I'm saying so. Anyways, in Cincinnati, but the Pittsburgh defense they spent so much money on it. Ramsey was getting cooked. I mean, but you switch from Browning to Flacco, and it shows that you just by the quarterback. If Burrow was in there, they won the first two games. And then after that, Browning was a mess. And then Flacco comes in. I mean, will they make the playoffs? No. But I think that the Steelers should have won this game.
Well, the Steelers have to win games like this. Now the one reprieve that I'll give to them is I understand when a good team loses to their division rival, even if their division rival isn't that good, because when you play each other twice a year, you kind of know what each other's going to do. So stuff like
Exactly.
that happens. So, for instance, the New England Patriots used to win the Super Bowl all the time and somehow lose to the Miami Dolphins. Okay,
Or
so
yeah,
stuff
or
like that
Buffalo.
happens. So I'll give
Yeah.
them that. However, this this Pittsburgh Steelers team is reminding me of the what was that 2019 when they started off like 14 and 0 and then like lost all the rest of their games, or was it 10 and 0? It
Yeah.
was never, but I remember they lost to Baker Mayfield and the Browns in the
Yeah.
playoffs. And
Yeah.
and this team is reminding me of that. Like I didn't really look at them as a real threat in the AFC North. With that
Well,
said, they did what they had to do. They beat the teams that they had to beat. But I didn't look at them and say, are they beating juggernauts? So
no. No.
I needed to see more. And Joe Flacco, hey man, Joe Flacco, he's a bad man. You know what I mean? He was always
I
good.
mean, you know what the thing good is about Joe Flacco? He doesn't turn the ball over. And he doesn't put the team, he doesn't have the defense constantly on the field.
Hmm.
He doesn't make mistakes, and that's why they traded for him because they knew that Browning was not doing what he was out there to do. And Flacco, even with Cleveland, he just doesn't make mistakes. And I mean, even last year he won games. So I
Yeah,
mean, it's
with
an
my
upgrade.
Colts. He was in
Yeah,
Indianapolis and with my Colts.
exactly, exactly. And I would just say I would put this on the Steelers defense. They should have not let up. And Ramsey's not the same Ramsey when he was on the Jaguars, nor when they won when he was on Los Angeles. So I mean, you got Watt, you got all these guys on defense, the most highest paid. I believe is it the most highest paid defense? Correct? The Steelers, I would say.
I'd have to fact check that. I'm not
Yeah,
100%
but
sure if it's the highest paid defense, but they
it's
definitely
one off.
if
Definitely one off.
if it's top five, I mean that's good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
The one thing in conclusion, what I'll say about them is, I'm not ready to say 100% yet that Baltimore is out of this, and that's kind of what I'm feeling about the Steelers. I don't know that they can really go on a run, and I feel like Baltimore got a run in them. So I'm
Honestly, it's
really curious. I'm still looking at this division as up in the air as opposed to Pittsburgh. It lost one game and Baltimore won one game.
well, I wouldn't say that. The thing is that Baltimore's out of it, but less so. Let's give respect to Lamar Jackson.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Lamar's coming back this week. And I
Yeah,
want to see, you know what I mean, what's going to happen with them when Lamar comes back. Because I think they got a run in them. And I think Pittsburgh got a bunch of losses coming their way.
yeah, and I mean it just shows that he is that MVP guy because without Lamar, look how bad they are. I mean, they still have Derrick Henry, they still have Zay Flowers, they still have all their guys,
Hmm.
and they still have the defense, but Lamar's not there and they're losing games. So
Hmm.
that shows right there that Lamar is the miss, just same as the
Yeah, he's
Bengals. So
carrying. He's carrying. Not everybody has that. He's
yeah,
carrying. And that's
exactly,
cool.
100%,
All right,
100%.
cool. We're going to move on to the next game, which was supposed to be a good game. But
Chargers.
this was the game in London. So the Rams won
Oh, yeah.
35-7 against the Jaguars.
Yes, sir.
Um, so Trevor Lawrence. So I always read the losing team's stats first.
Well, but Chargers Colts.
We're getting there. That's not the London game. We're getting there. This was game what came
Oh,
up. This was in the morning.
which game we talking about now?
We're talking about the Rams Jaguars.
Okay, got you. Rams Jags,
So this
got
was
you.
the game in
All
London. This was the 9 a.m. game in London.
right, got you. All right.
So the Rams won 35-7. Trevor Lawrence was 23 of 48 for 296 yards, one touchdown, no pick. They really didn't have much on the ground, but Travis Etienne had 44 yards rushing. Uh, they finally started giving Travis Hunter the ball. He had 8 receptions for 101 yards and a touchdown. Surprise, surprise. But that's the only receiving touchdown. On defense, they didn't have any sacks, nor did they have any picks on defense. That says a lot. Matthew Stafford, on the other hand, he was 21 of 33, 182 yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks. Kyron Williams, he had 54 yards rushing, nothing crazy on the ground. Um, let's see. Colby Parkinson led them with 47 yards receiving. Let's see, because they had a lot of receiving touchdowns apparently.
You talking about
Devontae
Jags?
Adams. Devontae Adams had three. Um,
Bro,
Terrence
Matt
Ferguson
Stafford.
had three. Hold on one second. Terrence Ferguson had one, and Kanata Mumfield he had one. And on
That's
their defense, and on the Rams defense, they had two and a half, three, four, five, 6.5 sacks on the day, and
that's
no
crazy.
picks.
No picks at all.
Now
But the
tell me about what's going on here.
All right. Well, first off, you had Puka Nakua out,
Yep.
and he might be one of the best wide receivers in the NFL.
I mean,
If I'm
statistic
honest,
wise, he's number one this year.
if he's not right, okay. So you have him out, and that's Matt Stafford's main safety guard. And if you look at Stafford, that's a gunslinger, man. 5 touchdowns,
Mm-hmm.
5 touchdowns
Mm-hmm.
on the Jags that are hot, who were 4-2 before that. Now they're 4-3. And the Rams, to be honest, they should honestly be not 5-2. They should be 6-1. When have you ever seen a game that was a block field goal and then another block field goal? That will never happen again.
Okay. Okay.
So my takeaway on that is the Rams are the better team. The Jags are in a bad division. The Jags will that division will possibly be up for grabs. I'd say the Rams. I like them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they play the Eagles again, they can win.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So
what,
okay, so yeah, so first of all, I just want to say, my Colts are in that Jaguars division. I don't know if it's up for grabs like you think it is. I just want to throw
well,
that out there. I just want to throw
I
that out.
like
It's
the
all
Colts.
good. It's all good. You said
I
what you
like the
said. You
Colts.
said it already. You said what you
I
said.
like
You
the
see?
Colts, but I'm saying the Jags are right there.
No, I hear you though. Yes, I've been saying this all year. The Rams, there's a couple teams that I put into the category of they can win the Super Bowl. I'm not predicting it, but they're a team that yes can represent their conference in in the Super Bowl and can win it. The Rams can win the Super Bowl. Okay,
I agree. I agree 100%. What
I
about
think
would you put the Green Bay Packers in that
yes,
category?
yes.
Okay. So my early I'm just going to throw this out. My early
Mhm.
prediction sounds a little crazy. Green Bay and I thought the Chargers and then when I saw the Colts
I
and
never
then the
picked the
Rams.
Chargers.
No, I know, but I think they're just gonna. Man, they just lose these games. I don't get it.
I never saw the Chargers as that.
They always blow it,
So
man.
I
But
so we'll say it right after this, but I'll give you my tiers of, or not tiers of what I look for in teams that I think can win the Super Bowl.
well, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so
Yeah.
I'll run down that after we go through these week 7 games. But
All right.
listen, the Rams are a juggernaut, man. Like stop playing and put some respect on their name. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
the Rams are legit. And
If they're winning games without Puka, I mean, and Kyron Williams, come on.
listen, and to be honest with you, and once again, I don't really hold against them that 49ers loss either, even with 49ers having all them people out, because once again, you play them all the time. So I don't
Yeah.
hold division losses as harshly against good teams as I do when they lose to a team that they have no business losing to. So, for instance, last week
Exactly.
when Buffalo lost to Atlanta,
Atlanta.
that
That's
is
what I'm
something I'm
saying.
holding against Buffalo.
This is what I noticed. If it's a game where it's a Monday, Sunday, or Thursday game, and all the money and all the people are betting on the Eagles against the Giants won the game. The Bills was
Division
a
game,
Sunday
though.
night.
That's
Yeah.
a division game.
What about the Bills Atlanta game? Everyone had their money on their Bills, and Atlanta won.
Well,
The Giants.
I watched the game though. So I understand. I know what you're saying about sports betting and the theories of that. But I watched the game. Atlanta dominated the offensive line
It's
and
up.
defensive
It's
line, which
up.
they're not
It's,
supposed to be able to do
it's,
against
it's,
Buffalo.
yeah.
And those corners made their wide receivers look slow. The only
And
thing
Big
that I'm
Dom was
saying,
all
what I
over the
walked
place.
away from that game thinking was Josh Allen. If Josh Allen ain't Superman, this team ain't going anywhere. And we'll get into that.
Well,
We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
The Bills are going to be the Bills, right? Like Josh Allen can be MVP
Well,
every
no,
season.
that's what I'm saying. The Bills won't be the Bills because the Bills are the Bills when Josh Allen is Superman. When Josh Allen ain't Superman, they ain't the Bills.
Exactly.
They ain't the Bills. You
But
know what I
is he
mean?
Superman always? Yeah. No. I'm 100% with you on that then.
Okay. So we're going to
So,
so now we're gonna
Lions
go.
Bucks, the game that's going on right now. The game that's going on now, or not, or you don't want to go that way yet.
No, that's not good. Let's not go that way yet. Now we're gonna go to the Chargers Colts.
Okay, there you go. I'm with that.
Now we're gonna go Chargers Colts. Okay. So the Colts, my Colts, went all the way over to LA. They said we couldn't do it. We went there and we took care of business. 38-24. Let's read off some stats. Justin Herbert was 37 to 55 for 420 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Um, he also led them in rushing with 31 yards rushing to let you know everything you need to know. There was no rushing touchdowns. Um, Aronde
Jonathan
Gasson,
Taylor. Jonathan
yeah, it was
Taylor is a
bad. It was bad.
beast.
Aronde Gadsden
Very-
had 7 receptions for 164 yards and a touchdown. Keenan Allen had 11 receptions for 119 yards and a touchdown. Ladd McConkey had 9 receptions for 67 yards, no touchdowns. And Quentin Johnson also had a touchdown. Now let's see what they did. Did they have a sack? They had a sack. Khalil Mack had a sack. I remember that sack.
Yeah, Khalil Mack had a sack, 100%.
And no picks. All right, cool.
Yep.
So Daniel Jones, he was 23 of 34 for 288 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Jonathan Taylor, 16 carries for 94 yards and 3 tutties.
Woo! Three
Uh,
tutties for the boy.
he's
He's
doing.
a bad man. He's
Um.
underrated.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well,
Underrated.
listen. We getting
Come
there.
on.
Alec Pierce, he had 5 receptions for 98 yards, no touchdowns. But Tyler Warren had a receiving touchdown, and so did Michael Pittman Jr.
What, question real
Um.
quick. I'm gonna cut you off. Colt, they took the Bears took Loveland over
Yes.
Warren. That was
Yes.
a crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I was
Unbelievable.
happy as all that they did that.
That was crazy, man. Come on.
Nick Cross had a pick. Did anybody else have a pick? Yep. Oh yeah, and Grover Stewart, our defensive tackle, had a pick too.
He had that pick right
um,
in the. He had that pick right up where he threw it and it bounced off it.
yeah, he blocked it and then came back
Yeah,
and
I
he
saw
grabbed
that.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we had 1 sack by Liatu Latu, which I'm hoping
Lot four.
turns into
Yeah.
something. All right. So let me go first on this one because I got some stuff.
Yeah, that's your team. Let's go. Go ahead.
I got some. All right. So first of all, I'm not a Justin Herbert guy. Okay. I think I understand the talent. I respect the talent.
My guy.
He's been more of the reason why they're not achieving more, in my opinion. I think the rosters have been there for him. I think the Chargers GMs have done a phenomenal job of surrounding him with talent.
What
I
about
think he's done a phenomenal job surrounding him with talent in terms of receivers, in terms of offensive line, in terms of defense, in terms of pass rushers, all of that. When I came into this game, I was worried. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was worried because I said Daniel
I
Jones.
took the Chargers.
Hold on, yeah, so I was worried. I didn't say the Chargers were going to win. I said I was worried, and my worry was, all right, Daniel Jones. We're 5-1. We're 6-1. We got the best record in the NFL. Cool, but we hadn't played juggernauts either. So I'm looking at this and saying, all right, you play a quarterback that has all this ability. Now head to head, now let's see how you react. And I loved what he did. And I say when I say I love what he did, I understand the ceiling of Daniel Jones. I understand the ceiling. He didn't try to play the game that Justin Herbert can play because Justin Herbert will beat him at that game. He
Well,
played
that and
a game that made sure that we were in a good situation to win the game. And I actually love that and I respect that. And for me, Daniel Jones had took a step up for me in terms of looking at the game in that regard. I still don't think, like I said, I mean we had a lot of injuries too, but the Chargers have like 8 players on IR. I think it is. So I'm
yeah,
not I'm not, I'm
Aiden,
not saying that
Aiden,
this was like a all world win, but I'm very happy that we were able to go on the road and do what we need to do. I still want to see us play great teams with great quarterbacks and see where we are with that. So
this is a big
TBD.
win for them.
This is a big win. This
38-24,
is a big win. But this is
big win.
TBD on that. But even coming into the season, you're talking about Jonathan Taylor. I was so mad the last 2 years that they were trying to act like Jonathan, like we shouldn't be like our offense shouldn't go through Jonathan Taylor. I didn't get why the Colts were making that decision time and
Michael
time
Pittman.
again.
Well, I mean, I don't want to cut you off, but what I look at it is when Daniel Jones came out of Duke. I loved it, right? I thought he has the frame of a quarterback, right? That can sling it, right? And he went to the New York Giants, and there was a lot of chaos going on there. I think it was a fresh start for him to go to the Colts. He got Warren and as a tight end, Michael Pittman Jr., and then he's got Jonathan Tower, and they can do play action. So, and the defense has really been stepping up, and you know what I mean. When does Indianapolis defense has been good? When's the last time they've been really that good?
I mean, last year our defense was actually pretty good. The last 2 years are actually as quiet as it's
But
kept.
they're
Our
getting
defense
better.
has been
But they're
good.
getting better by the year. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
but I would say the last two
Now,
years our defense, as quiet as it's kept, has been a good
you're
defense.
not going to win games defensively. I mean, offensively without the defense. You know what I mean? If your defense is constantly on the field like tonight's game, you're not going to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I'm
look
listening
at
to
it. The
you.
Colts he's got weapons finally, and Daniel Jones is protecting the ball, not throwing interceptions. He outplayed Justin Herbert, and that shows a lot. I mean, I thought they were going to win the Chargers in the beginning. I thought they were going to come back and win, to be honest.
I mean,
So
listen, Justin Herbert did have almost 500 yards passing, so I mean,
he's a
it's not
beast.
like we stopped him.
No, no, no. I know, and I'm saying like Herbert. I have him in fantasy. I think he gave me like 60 points. But what I'm saying is that the Chargers are a sleeper team. They're not like I don't think they can get to the Super Bowl, but I think they can because the Chiefs are getting better in that division. The Raiders forget about it, and who's
The Broncos.
the Broncos. I mean, they won that game they against the Giants at the last second. That was crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
So
So,
I
but
mean,
in conclusion, just so you know what I think when I'm saying about my coach, that's not what I'm saying fair.
I
If
like
they
them. I like.
really think, if the Indianapolis Colts really think that this is the year that we can win the Super Bowl, then they gotta get another pass rusher there. We we
No,
have to have another pass rusher
I
there. And
agree
if
with that.
they're not gonna give up the draft picks to do it, then I think they're saying they're either undervaluing what this team can do,
They
or
would have got. They
they're
could have
making
got
a
Michael
statement.
Parsons. They could have got Michael Parsons. That could have been
Yeah,
a
like
Colt.
Michael Parsons was up. Trey Hendrickson was up. You know what I'm saying? Like
Being
people
available
came,
too. If they can get us Trey Henderson, I mean,
yes,
you know what I
but
mean.
but if we're
If
if
they
we
can
if
get
we're
us,
really gonna make a real honest push, I'll put it this way, as currently constructed, we're still not a Super Bowl contender. If we go get a pass rusher,
six
I
and
might
one,
be
you
able
are
to say too much.
at 6-1. You're at the top of the pack. Are you
Yeah, but that's not
in the
the same
power?
thing. That's not
No,
the
no, no.
same
I
thing.
mean, no, no. I know. Are you power rankings? Are you number one? No. Are you top five? Maybe. But that's what I'm saying.
But
Like
that's what
right
I'm saying.
now,
We
it's
have the
still
best
early.
record, and we're still not like if this was
Yeah.
the Chiefs with the best record or the Eagles with the best record, there'd be no question about who the number one team is, and they still like. And I get it. We don't have a pass rush. We have a pass rusher that sometimes that we're relying on, hoping that he can step up. But you
Yeah.
need a reliable pass rush. So That's all I'm
No,
saying.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, I'm on the same page with you. I think the Colts can go as far as if they can beat a couple good teams and get a possible bye in the playoffs. I mean, you never this year the way it's going is like I never thought it would kind of be. You know what I mean? The teams that are
Mhm.
playing well, like the Eagles example, they could have lost almost every game they played. They barely
Mhm.
beat the Cowboys, they barely beat the Chiefs. They lost to the Giants. The Bucs came back on them. I mean, last game they had a great game. I'll give them that. But
Mhm.
other than that, I mean,
Okay. Cool. Cool.
yeah, yeah,
So of course the Bucks Lions games is going on right now.
yeah. But right now,
21-9.
21-9, and it's the
Um.
Lions' ball too. I mean, this is kind of predictable. The Lions game. The Lions are at full health. Mike Evans is out. The rookie wide receiver Ibaka, he's not at full health.
Yeah. No.
And you got Otten, you got White playing, not Bucky Irvin. So I mean, and then this makes the Bucks go from 5-1 to 5-2, and then it makes also the Lions go to 5-2, Eagles 5-2.
Hmm.
Um, you
Hmm.
know what I
The
mean? And
Rams
then it
five
makes
and two. The
everything's
the the Packers
interesting.
is 5-2.
5-2, 5-2-1, or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
five.
Five
Yeah,
two and
five.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, they tied
five.
40-40 with the Eagles.
Yeah, something like
I
that.
mean, with
Whatever.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
Sorry,
with the Cowboys,
Cowboys.
they did.
Yeah.
But I will say this. So like this game is still going on, but I will say this.
The Lions are going to win this game.
We're pretty sure. Yes, yes, we're pretty sure. With that said, man, I there was nobody lower on Baker Mayfield than probably me. Um,
Why?
so going back to his Cleveland days,
Yeah, but
um,
this
so I'll give you the answer. So even the year that they actually beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs, um, they started off the year throwing the ball more, right? So like Baker was throwing it like 28, 29 times a game. Then they said, all right, we're gonna run the ball with Nick Chubb more. And he started throwing the ball like 15 times a game. And they went crazy. You know what I mean? With that defense and everything. So what I'm saying is the game plan for their success was having Baker Mayfield throw the ball less. Um,
well,
and I held that against him for a long time. And even so, for like the last like 2 years, this is third year in Tampa Bay. So even like the last 2 years, I'm like, I see, you know what I mean? But they're in the NFC South. I was looking
yeah,
at
I
this
mean,
game. I was looking at this game and I was like, listen, if they win this game with all these injuries, I was like, Baker Mayfield is the MVP. Like, and there's nobody who was lower on Baker. I just like to be honest about if I'm gonna be loud about me saying somebody sucks. Listen, if they prove me wrong, listen, Baker Mayfield is legit. He is dealing. He is going through adversity. And
yeah, I agree. I mean,
the Bucks. I,
he
I literally hold on before you go. I literally had to look at the Bucks injuries to see who was coming back because I was like, if he could do this, they're really going to be a problem for teams. But it's a lot of teams. It's a lot. They got a lot of IR people, a lot of injured reserve people. So.
yeah, no, you're right. And Mike Evans always has. I think he's had a hamstring injury for the last. I don't think he's going to get that 1,000 yards this year. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
mean, he got carted off, so it don't. It's not looking good. I'll say that it's
And
not
not
looking
only
good.
that, he's had a hamstring injury every year anyway. I mean, like, you know what I mean? So, I know you wanted to do some picks.
And
What
we're getting
game
that.
do
We're
you?
getting that. We're getting there. We're getting there. We gotta let the show. We gotta let the shows go on. You see, we
No,
gotta
no,
let
I know.
that go
I
smooth.
got you. I got you. I was just
Okay.
going with that.
Okay. Cool. So we just wrapped up the week 7 games. That's you brought a lot of heat with that. We're really good with that.
I
But
appreciate
in
that, man.
between,
I'm just going with you, man.
yeah. So in between that, but I said I would give you what my criteria for when I'm looking at a Super Bowl team. What when I look at a roster, this is what I
Yeah,
like to see. So when I look at a Super Bowl team, okay, there's a couple things. Money has a lot to do with Super Bowl winners and where the money is going. Okay,
yeah,
so I'm gonna breeze
absolutely.
through this. I'm gonna breeze through this. When we're off camera, you can ask me more in depth, way more off camera. The one thing that
Yeah,
I don't like, or that when I look at Super Bowl winners, not having a top 5 wide receiver is very big on a Super Bowl winner. There's money that's tied into that reason, that rationale. Also, having a top 10 quarterback,
and a top five receiver.
not having a top five receiver.
Yeah, 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 I agree. I agree.
So a top 10 quarterback getting paid a
And a
certain
top,
amount, getting paid a certain amount.
yeah.
So a top 10 quarterback getting paid a certain amount without a top five wide receiver, having two legitimate pass rushers. Two. Okay.
And the secondary.
I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even say that. I can tell you there's two teams that popped in my head right now that won the Super Bowl in recent history that their secondaries were not very good. I can give you two off the top of my head right now. The 2018 Eagles and then the Giants when they beat the
Yeah, no,
Patriots.
no, you're right. You're right.
Both of
But
them.
last year, last
So
year,
a secondary damn sure helps. It damn sure helps.
yeah,
But I'm
no, no,
saying
no.
more than the secondary, the pass rushers is what you need.
Exactly, yeah. To rush the quarterback. So you're
Yeah,
talking about two pass rushers, a top five wide receiver, a top 10 quarterback, and you need an offensive line.
an offensive line that is I'm gonna say top 10 offensive line, but there's units that gelled. You know what I'm saying? But offensive line that has continuity and has
And
momentum going into the playoffs.
what team that well I'll ask a real quick question, and this
Hmm.
is a crazy, I mean, it's not that the Cowboys have the best offense in the league and the worst defense in the league,
Hmm.
right? So you're saying you need two pass rushers.
Hmm.
But what team right now in the league has a quarterback that's top 10, an offensive line that's top 10, a top five wide receiver, two
No, no
pass
top
rushers?
no top five wide receivers.
Yeah,
Zero
yeah, yeah, no,
top
no.
five wide receivers. So
Yeah,
not
zero. Okay. And then you want to have some sort of run game, correct?
yes, but so offensive line helps dictate a run game in terms
So
of
play
playoff
action.
teams.
The play action to switch off the plays a little bit. So what team has that right now where we're at in the NFL? Would you say?
So the team that actually is the most equipped with that. Oh, and I forgot to say the only two situations where I was like I'm wrong about everything that I'm saying on some level was the Chiefs of the last couple years because I don't even understand how they're winning Super Bowls. Like their roster does not make sense in terms of Super Bowl winning.
when
It's
you
just
have
Mahomes.
coach, when you have good coach, like look at the Bears. The Bears just won. Ben Johnson is a offensive genius. So that, I mean, coaching helps. When you have Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and you have a good defense with Andy Reid, that's gonna, I mean,
Hmm.
but I honestly, what you're talking about
So
to
I'm
me,
gonna answer your question. So I'm gonna answer your question.
yeah,
The
yeah, okay,
Broncos are a team that are a sleeper team that I'm
yeah,
looking at and saying that's
bro,
who that's who has all of
bro,
that.
they
Um,
have number one defense, Bo Nix, Sutton, Dobbins. I mean, not Dobbins. Dobbins or
and they have
Mims.
Dobbins. They got J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah. But the team I was thinking was the Rams
So I was gonna say the Packers have it in the
and the Packers, the Rams, and the NFC.
yeah.
I
Yes.
mean, and you can say the Eagles, I guess, but I mean, I think they're beatable. I think they're very beatable.
Yes. So those are the teams that are the most complete there. Even more than the Eagles. The Eagles pass rush really ain't that good if you really
No,
want
no,
to.
no. I would say like the teams Denver was a perfect answer, I would believe. And I'm thinking the Rams
Mhm. So
and
Denver,
Green Bay.
but like that. So Denver would be a roster that I'm looking at. That's a team that could shock some people.
Denver, Green Bay, and LA Rams. So we're on the same page then, kind of.
Yeah, but I would say Green Bay more than the Rams though. To be honest with you.
Yeah. And that's the crazy part is my prediction before the season was once everything happened with Micah Parsons was the Packers and the it was either Denver or LA. I'm not gonna lie, it was the Chargers. I don't know why. I just thought they were complete, but Denver looks better altogether, and it makes sense what you said.
Hmm.
Just like when you're talking about your Colts.
Now, who surprisingly looks like really, really good? Do I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl? No. But a team that is built and statistically is doing what they're supposed to do, the Seahawks right now.
They play tonight. They play later. I mean,
Yeah.
you look. Sam Darnold was drafted number one to the Jets. Nobody was on that team. Then he went to Carolina, and everybody left that team. He went to Minnesota. They should have paid him. He had Justin Jefferson, Addison, running back, Jones, and they won, but they lost in the
So
playoffs. And then he goes to Seattle and he has Jackson Smith Nagiba. He has Kenneth
we
Walker.
should
I
have.
mean, and a good defense. Can they
All right.
win?
So
Can
this is a new age in terms of quarterback and evaluations of quarterbacks, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why because we were basically told for there was a period of time we were told that the quarterbacks that were coming up now were better and more prepared to be in the NFL than the quarterbacks of years past, right? So
Is
a
that
lot of
true?
quarterbacks, but a lot of quarterbacks got overvaluated, right? So you're seeing so many quarterbacks that were like top five picks that are like, all right, they need to go sit for probably like you're saying they went to two different teams, and I'm saying they sat for like the next like 4 years. So
Yeah,
they really and they played for like three, so they really shouldn't have had the opportunity for like instead like 7 years later to you know what I mean 6 7 years later before they're really ready to play in the NFL. So when you
no,
say
I agree.
they should have paid Sam Darnold,
Absolutely. I mean, the
I mean,
Vikings.
in retrospect, yes, I can see where they should have paid him. In terms of the history, like we haven't seen quarterbacks fail and then come back and then be like, oh, now they're great at this rate. Like, there's like five quarterbacks we can point to with that. Like, that's not a common thread. You either usually
Geno
either
Smith.
have it or you don't. So
Geno Smith.
it's hard to say they should have paid him. I'm being honest with you. Would I have paid him going into last year? No. Do I think that you're right? They probably should have paid him. Well, yeah. I mean, we can look at them. You know what I mean? Like they're ready. The roster's ready to win a
Well,
Super Bowl, and their
and
quarterback is
I
not.
agree with you. I agree with you because the management's looking at it like, I don't know. It's kind of shaky. Let's not take a chance on it. And it was kind of a 50-50 shot. I mean, so at the end of the day, you're right. I mean, should they have? Yes. But the right answer is no, they did. And
But
I agree.
I totally understand the thought process to say I'm not
Of
giving that
what?
man top of
I'm
the
not
league
giving.
money, top of
Yeah.
the league money. Like
For Sam Darnold for one season because he did good. You know what I mean?
I
I
mean,
agree.
because Geno Smith did the same thing. I mean,
Yeah, and then look, he's shitting the sheets and he's an interception machine.
mm, right.
They
So you know what I mean. So I mean, like, and then keep watching. I mean, like, um, even on my Colts, Anthony Richardson, they said
Anthony Richardson,
I mean, that he's not ready. What was my man name drafted by the 49ers and he went to the Cowboys? They gave up
Trey Lance, Trey Lance, Trey
Trey
Lance.
Lance. They like you know what I'm saying. So like what I'm saying is you gotta let the league catch up to what's going on now because so many quarterbacks we were told they're coming in more ready than in the past, and that's like far from the truth.
Yeah, like the only like even Jackson Dart, like he's come in and he's like and they lost that game, which I mean, like Cam Ward. I mean, it's look. It's like kind of like almost when you get put in a position and you're on a bad team. It's kind of hard. Like Jalen Hurts got put in a position. I like Jalen Hurts. Don't get it twisted.
Mhm.
But when he got put on the Eagles, he wasn't supposed to be the starting quarterback. He was number two. His jersey number was two. He got drafted in a perfect situation. Two one wide receivers, the best offensive line, the best defense, the best running back, two tight ends, and he was drafted in what round? The third or fourth?
Jalen Hurts, the second.
Yeah, second round. Okay,
He's
I
number
thought it was
one.
the third. Was he drafted in the second? Really?
He was drafted in the second.
Okay. All right. Well, when you put them three guys together when they were in Alabama, Mac Jones, Tua, and Hurts, who was the number one? It was Tua, Mac,
Hmm.
Hurts. That's why he left because Tua was a starter.
Justin
But
Herbert,
when
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, he got put in a position differently than Cam Ward or these other guys that are playing in different positions, younger players.
Yes, he got to sit. Going into our week 8 picks. Vikings versus Chargers. Who you got?
Is JJ McCarthy starting?
According to what they're saying, no.
Okay. So I'm rocking with my Chargers. I can't like they've let me down. I think that they're going to win this week. The Chargers, I would say Chargers win at home. Yeah, Chargers.
So my one knock on, not my one knock, I got some knocks, but Justin Herbert. The one thing that I've always hated that has happened or revolved around him is he's making average quarterbacks look great when he's playing against them. That's why I'm not all in on Daniel Jones still, because we wouldn't even be talking about Trevor Lawrence had he not beaten him in the playoffs. We wouldn't be talking like whatchamacallit, CJ Stroud would be actually be looking a little bit more like a bust had he not beaten him in the playoffs. So Justin Herbert got to stop letting these average quarterbacks outclass him. You know what I mean? So I can't imagine they're going to lose this game. If they lose this game, they're going to be 4-4. I think that's it for the playoffs. Even at the beginning of the season like that, four and
I
four,
just
losing to quarterback, losing coming into the season. If you would have said the Chargers would have lost to Daniel Jones, J.J. McCarthy, and whoever else coming into the season, you'd have been like, "Oh no, they're not going to make the playoffs." So I'm still saying that if they lose to this game, nah, I'm not seeing it. Whether it's
yeah,
one
no,
score,
I have to agree with you, Tariq, because at the end of the day, Chargers lose this game, then it's like Harbaugh, and I just don't see it happening. Especially with Wentz. I think I think the Chargers know that they have to win this game. It's a must-win game, and it's a game that they can win. It's not like it's a game they can't win. Am I right?
God, listen, you preaching to the choir right now. They better win this game. They better win this game, or I'm gonna have some shit to say. so, all right, moving on. Bears versus Ravens.
I'll let you go. I want to hear your take on this
Okay,
first.
okay. I think this is a do or die game for the Ravens. For that reason, I think they're going to win. And it's not because I'm not impressed with the Bears, because Caleb Williams is having the best season of his career. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. But Lamar's coming back. They ain't been playing right. This is an angry Ravens team. You history has to show up here. You do not face a pissed off Baltimore Ravens team and expect it to go your way. Okay? So Baltimore, if y'all listening, if y'all gonna get back into this race, y'all better not lose to the Bears this week.
If Baltimore loses to the Bears this week, I mean, we're going into week 8, so if they lose, I mean,
That'll
their
be 1-7.
season.
That'll be 1-7.
I mean, then they got to win every game going
Every
forward.
game, every game, they'd have to win. They'd have to run the table. No,
So this is a must-win game for Baltimore, obviously.
yes, way more than
But
even with the Chargers. This is like you lose this. This is
and,
like, I don't see it.
and he's playing Lamar, correct?
Lamar's playing. Lamar's playing. Absolutely.
I want to say that the Bears can beat the Ravens,
Mhm.
but like I said, like you said, excuse me, that basically it's a must-win for the Ravens. Most people are going to take the Ravens, but it could be a trap game. So I'm going to go Bears.
Mm,
I'm
I
going
like
Bears,
that.
bro.
I
Remember
like
I
that.
said this.
I
Remember
like
I
that.
said
I
that.
like that.
Remember
I'm not gonna forget it. I'm not gonna forget it.
So we
So
both agree. We agree with the Chargers. You say Ravens. I say I understand why the Ravens and all that, but the Bears have something good going right now, and the Ravens are a little shaky. And I
mm,
know they have to win. Lamar's playing, and everything that you said, I agree with. But I'm taking the Bears, man.
listen, Ray Lewis better go in the locker room, say some prep talk, some speech or something. He better jump around, jump off the wall, do a backflip, do something, okay?
You
Because this
better
ain't
do
how it
something.
goes.
You might speak up and play.
He better do that dance.
Oh man.
Okay. Packers versus Steelers. I believe this is the first time Aaron Rodgers has played the Packers since he left Green Bay.
It
So
is.
Packers versus
Wait, when he was on
Steelers.
the Jets, did they
Yeah, but he got hurt. So he was hurt all year
yeah,
last
yeah,
year.
he didn't play it. So this is the first time, and he's at home. I mean, no, yeah, Steelers are at home, and so the Packers. Um, ah,
I'm gonna say it real quick. Packers. You can go
Yeah.
now.
No, no, no. It's Packers. I mean, I was trying to think of a way to maybe think like, all right, this might why nah, but Packers. Yeah.
Mhm. Packers. Yeah.
So we're both agreed Chargers. I say Bears, you say Ravens, and I agree why you say Ravens. We both say Packers.
hmm I struggled not to say Packers by 10. I don't think it's going to be by 10. I think it's definitely like, it's going to be, I think it's more than 7, though. It's probably going to be like
Packers,
8. Like,
Packers by like yeah, Packers by like a tutty.
yeah. Yeah, it's not like a 1 point game. It's not a 1 point,
No,
2 point
no,
game.
no, no. Packers by a tutty.
All right, cool. The Monday night game, Commanders versus Chiefs.
Chiefs. Easy work. Easy work. Patrick, wait, hold on. It's all the money's going to be on Kansas City. Is Vegas going to be willing to take that loss though? That's the thing. But Jaden Daniels looked like he got hurt a little bit. The Chiefs are starting to get their rhythm back. I'm gonna rock with the Chiefs.
So it's not my pause is not really about the Chiefs. It's really about the Commanders and what I think about them. Coming into the season, I had higher expectations for them, and now they're starting to look like a team who's not going to even be in the playoffs again. Um,
Wow.
so
I mean,
it's
they're like
basically two rosters that last year to me weren't very good rosters, but they had excellent quarterback play, and they were great. They were very good where they needed to be great
defense, and their defense was nasty.
in the positions that they had to be good, not the whole defense. In the positions that you need to be good, yes.
They just got blown out by the Dallas Cowboys. Come on.
I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll go with the Pack. I mean, I'll go with the Chiefs. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Um, I want to say the Commanders though, but I just don't.
It's kind of like
I'm starting to see them for being the Commanders that we know them to be, not what happened
it's kind
last
of
year.
like that Bears. It's kind of like that Bears. So the only game we have different is the Bears Ravens.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um. Yeah.
cool. So I
Now,
wanted to give this segment a little bit more time because opinion is. I mean, you never know. But I'm very curious to hear what your points or your thoughts are on these. So I'm not going to go in order of how I
I'm
put these
actually
teams in there.
I'm curious to hear yours because I mean, talking about Heat, man. I want to just give you a shout out, bro. You're crushing it, crushing it.
I appreciate you, man. After a couple episodes, you get kind of used to this, so you build that
Yeah.
muscle. You get
No,
that
but I mean,
thick skin right
I
there.
have, I have future experience in doing this. It's just I'm a little rusty. I haven't been on the screen
Mm,
lately, so
it's all
I
good.
appreciate.
Well,
Yeah,
now you're going to get your reps in now.
yeah.
So thoughts on these teams? I'm not going in order. I know what I did
You
with it.
going you
I'm
gonna
not going
shuffle.
in
You
order.
gonna shuffle it. You gonna shuffle it up to try to trick me up. Yeah, I
Yes,
got you.
you see, we catch you off guard. You see this, we gonna
Well,
see what
yeah,
you ready for. You know.
yeah.
um.
I got it all written down already. So
So
look, the paper's just gonna get thrown then.
yeah, that's it. Just sit it to the side. Just sit it to the side. All right. So we were talking about the Bears a little bit ago. So what are your thoughts on the Bears?
Caleb Williams is having a better second season because Ben Johnson. Now, who was his coach last year? The guy that didn't call a timeout?
Matt Eberflus.
Yeah, exactly. Remember when he didn't call a timeout and they had a timeout and they could have won that game?
Mm-hmm.
And when they lost to Washington on that dumb it was about coaching. They weren't really playing for their coach and Ben Johnson is bringing a lot like even with Swift on Doomsday. I mean even just like I think they should have drafted Warren, and your Colts got him. But Loveland, I talked to him today. No lie. He said that long
That's their
term,
problem.
he's going to have a good, he's going to come back healthy. So, I mean, the Bears' defense is always mid pack, right? If the offense and Caleb is playing well, they're meteor. Are they going to make the playoffs? No. I think they can be like an 8-8 team. Would you? I mean, An 8-8. Is that fair to say?
Now finish what you're saying, and I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Finish your thoughts.
All right. Well, first off, like I said, Ben Johnson, that's a plus. Their defense is middle of the pack. Caleb Williams has having the better second year. They have the weapons. They have they help with the offensive line. Do they make the playoffs? Because you got Green Bay and you got the Lions. They don't make the playoffs, but they make progress. You know
Okay.
what I mean? They're making it's Ben's first year, it's Caleb's second. They're making progress to be a better team. So when the Lions aren't as good as they are, or Green Bay is not as good as they are, the Bears can maybe take top and get better picks, help the offense, help the defense, whatever the case may be. Swift isn't the best running back. So at the end of the day, I look at the Bears as a mid team, nothing special.
Okay.
Not even top 15, maybe 18 out of 30 too.
Okay. So the Bears are actually kind of hard to evaluate, and it's kind of what you just said. But
Yeah,
when you look at
exactly.
the NFC, there's one, two, three teams with five or more losses, and then the Commanders are the other team, and they have four losses. Everybody else has three losses or two losses or one loss. So it's like 15 teams that
Well,
are
Tampa Bay
all
is about to have two losses.
okay. So they didn't. So my statement still is what it is. So
Okay,
it's like
yeah,
15 teams that
yeah.
I'm looking at. I'm trying to make a comparison of real hard line or like draw a hard line about them. Um. So do I think they're going to make the playoffs? No, and it really is about do I think the NFC North is putting in three teams in the playoffs?
That's yeah,
I
exactly.
don't think they're putting in three teams, but I mean, some of these teams gonna have to show who they are because right now, when I look at them, they're not. I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean? They're doing what they're supposed to do. So I mean, they got the same record as the Eagles. I mean, like so it's hard to say. But if I had to draw a hard line, they're a strong, real strong 10-17.
You're going 10-7, and I like Caleb, and I mean
Nine and eight,
said
nine and
I
eight.
did
No,
say
no, you're right. You're right. 9-8. I heard it when I said it. 9-8. They're a
I
real
said
strong 9-8 team.
a real like yeah like I
Real
mean like,
strong. But you see, I almost said I kind of pushed it to 10. They're a real strong nine
I
and eight
wanted
team.
to stop you there and be like, are you going to really say 10-7? Because I mean, then that's possible they make the playoffs with
Yeah.
a 10-7
I mean,
record.
you can make playoffs in 9-8, but
I know,
they're a strong,
right?
real strong 9-8 team. That's where I'm
They're
at.
right now. The Bears like are a really hard team to like predict on right now because you really don't know week by week like, what you're going to get from them.
I mean,
Is that
because
kind of
they lost two games, so that means for them to get eight losses, they got to lose six going down the stretch. We had week eight, they got to lose six of them
well?
games.
They're going to lose to the Packers. They're going to
That's all
lose
I'm
to
saying.
the
That's all I'm saying. That's why it's so hard because when you lose two games in the first 8 weeks, I mean, or in the first 7 weeks, now you're going into week eight, and it's like, well, it's 17 weeks. Now you got to drop six down the stretch. You know what I mean? Now that's harder to see. That's where I was kind of coming from with all that. But we ain't gonna stay on them too long because they're not the most difficult team to talk about on this whole list. Um, let's make it. Let's go to the. No, we're gonna go Seahawks. What you think about the Seahawks? Because we're basically. So no, no. I'll start there. We're basically having the same
you you
conversation.
go. Yeah, you go first. Yeah,
We're
you go
basically
first.
having the same conversation about the Seahawks and the Bears, to be if we're gonna be honest. Now, I think I like the construction of the Seahawks more than I like the construction of the Bears.
I agree.
But we're still having a conversation about the NFC West now dropping three teams in the playoffs. Now, I think the 49ers are going to have to fall off now. There's just too many injuries. I'm not willing to see it. I can't see it right now. So, I think they're going to keep going. I think the 49ers are going to start to fall off, and I think the Seahawks are a playoff team for me. I really like how they're built. But we're having the same I feel like we're having almost the same conversation with the Bears and the Seahawks.
Example. No, I agree. So on, you want my thoughts on it now?
If you wish, the world is your
Uh,
oyster, sir.
so basically, the NFC West, right?
Or this podcast is your oyster. That's what that I'm keeping that one. This podcast is your oyster, sir.
This podcast can't go wrong with that, bro. All right. So the team that pops out right when you say the NFC West, right, is the Rams.
Mhm,
All right. I have them winning the division.
mhm,
That's one. So I could see two teams coming out of that division, right?
mhm,
And
mhm.
why not it be? Well, I mean, the 49ers, all their games they won, I mean, were really close. Did they beat up on Atlanta? Yeah, but I'm not a real big. I don't think Atlanta is as special as any. But they have Bijan, but Michael Penix Jr. Like you said, they have to have, a team has to have a top 10 quarterback. Like you said, correct?
Mhm.
Is Michael Penix Jr. anywhere close to a top 10 quarterback?
No.
Hell no. Okay. He's got Drake London, he's got Bijan, and he's got a good defense. So they're not making the playoffs. That's just a fact. So
Mhm,
and the 49ers beat up on them, right? And the 49ers won a couple games that were kind of easy, whatever. They'll lose to the Rams. So I mean, Seahawks play tonight. Who wins that game? That's the question. Seahawks or Texans?
Seahawks. The Texans are too beat up on the offense. Their defense is amazing. They got a Super Bowl defense there.
I love their defense, and
Um,
that's what
it's a
fantasy.
shame. It's a shame. But offensively, they don't have another wide receiver besides Nico Collins. Their run game is
Is Nick Chubb or what Will Marks.
meh. And CJ
So
Stroud is still figuring out if he wants to be a really good quarterback or not.
yeah. So I would say Sam Darnold, you give him a weapon like Jackson, Smith Nagaba, and then you got that tight end who's playing really well. You got Kenneth Walker. The defense is solid. I don't know too much about the coach. He's new, but I would say Seattle is the team that could be the last team that makes the playoffs in the NFC.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I,
That makes
I
sense.
think
Yeah.
that's a fair, I mean, like you said, the 49ers, I think, are they real? I don't think so. I think Seattle is more real than they are. And I think it goes Rams, Seattle, and then the 49ers and Seattle have to play sometime.
Hmm.
And Seattle's the better team than
Okay.
San Fran because they're beat up.
Okay. Cool. Um. So let's move on to the Packers.
That's the team. I'll go. Can I go first
Yes, you
with
can,
this
sir.
one? All right. Look, the Packers. Everybody in the beginning of the season was high on Jordan Love, right? Now they're all saying, "Oh, I don't trust Jordan Love," and blah 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 blah. Listen, Jordan Love. He also doesn't have his main receiver Reed. He's out. So
Hmm.
he's got his rookie receiver Mike Golden. He's got a veteran receiver Dobbs. He's been going a lot to Kraft, this tight end. And then also Josh Jacobs is underrated just like Jonathan Taylor. And the defense is probably one of the best defenses on paper. I like Green Bay. Do they win the division? The Vikings are not making the playoffs. Um, Who am
Lions,
I missing? I know the Lions. Yeah, they make the playoffs, and then
Bears.
um the Bears. Yeah, so the Bears will make. So yes, the Packers make the playoffs, and they have a shot. If Reed comes back in the end of the season, I could see that. And I'm not saying that it matters if Reed does or not, but yes, they are a Super Bowl contending team. Um, they're up there with the Lions. They'll both split probably. So I'm gonna say. I'm high on the Packers. Very high.
So, as I said, the Packers on the list of teams. They can win the Super Bowl. Okay, don't get it twisted. I have one problem with what I've seen from the Packers, and I want to see what if they answer this question going into the playoffs. Do I think I they do I think they're winning their division? Excuse me, I talked. I had like five thoughts pop in my head all at the same time. I tried to get them
I
all out at
that
the
happens
same
all
time.
the time. Yeah.
Do I think that they're going to win their division? Yes, I picked them at the beginning of the season to win their
Me
division.
too. Yeah.
Um, the question I have for them is, yo, y'all gonna get pissed off for what? Because I don't think they've been angry, and for them to be the team that can win the Super Bowl, they gonna have to be pissed off. You know what I mean? I think they're
I
playing
like
nice, and if they're gonna play nice, then I can see some teams actually coming in and beating them too. I don't know if they're gonna beat the Eagles being feeling nice. I don't know if they're gonna beat the Rams feeling
they
nice.
gotta
I
be
haven't
they
seen
gotta be
them pissed off. Like I'm talking like you gotta channel that Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh
gotta be
Steelers.
fired up
I'm
at
about to
every Red
dominate
Lewis
you.
type shit.
I'm so glad that you're here so I can expose you in front of millions of people kind
Yeah.
of feeling. That is what I
And
want them to feel. And I have not, and when I say that, have you felt that from them one time this year?
no.
That's the question I want them to answer going into the playoffs.
So
And that's
I
why
saw
I have
saw one
any
thing.
pause on them.
Even in that crazy game with Dallas where it was 40-40, they if they wouldn't channel what you're talking about, that Ed Reed, that Ray Lewis, that Suggs, you know what I mean? Them
Mhm.
that defense gets nasty, then they should have beat Dallas in that game. And but what I'm saying, if they start doing what you're talking about, and which they can do, coaching does matter in a way. Matt LaFleur will outcoach um what's his the not damn it, Dan Campbell at the end of the day.
Mhm.
All the time.
Mhm.
Over
Yes.
and over again. And that's why I have Green Bay as that they can beat the Lions if it really comes down to it. Now, I mean, will they? Gibbs is a beast. They have, Montgomery and St. Brown and all that. And it's the thing is that can Jordan Love outplay Goff? And can the defense do what you said?
I need some nasty from them. And I'm seeing nice. I need some nasty. That's all I'm saying.
And I agree.
So that's
And
my
that's
question for them.
yeah.
So let's move on to the Buffalo Bills.
You go first.
Okay. So I'm not gonna lie to you. Lost a lot of respect for the Buffalo Bills last week. You do not you like there's certain things that is like, all right, I understand nobody can be great every single week, right? Everybody can't be great every week. I get it. But there's certain things you gotta take pride in and say, I'm just going to be better than you at this, period. So when I watch the Atlanta Falcons, who we damn sure don't see them as a Super Bowl contender. We barely see them as a playoff contender. They might make the playoffs only because Tampa Bay is just so injured. That is Tampa Bay's division, and Atlanta knows it. That's how I feel about Atlanta. So when you talk about that team, we look at Buffalo as a Super Bowl contender. We looked at them as a Super Bowl contender. That means I am better at the rest of this league at something. And like I said, I know what they look like when Josh Allen is on his A game. I know what they look like when Josh Allen's on his.
100%.
He can't be on his A game every single week, carrying y'all, moving things along. Things ain't open. I'm carrying. Like if that's what you want, like for throughout the playoffs, because they're going to be in the playoffs. If that's what you want throughout the playoffs, or you expect throughout the playoffs, expect to go home.
Yeah.
And now, and I was just ready, and I have text. I'll show you after this. I was ready to say the Bills are going to the playoffs, and they put that performance together along with Kansas City, putting their performances now together, and now I'm like, yeah, you're not beating Kansas City, and I can see it right now.
No. I mean,
As a matter of
you
fact,
said it.
I'll give you on a short list three teams in the AFC that right now I'm like, oh, they would beat you if you played them in the playoffs. Kansas City, obviously. The the Colts, they would lose to the Colts and the Broncos. All I think would beat the Bills in the playoffs, playing them head to head.
New England just beat them.
So I don't have to say anything else. You can go ahead now.
I mean, the Chargers, I think they're kind of like on the Chargers level, wouldn't you think? A little bit? Like it's like Herbert and okay,
With
Herbert
all these
and
injuries, no.
No, well, Herbert and Josh Allen, I meant like they're both like these supposed to be these superstar quarterbacks, right? And
Mhm.
supposed to get over the hump, but they never do. Every year.
Well, now I'm looking. So no. So now I'm looking at Buffalo. Like y'all have really failed Josh Allen because he's clearly bailed you out. Yeah, I mean, they've never given him these pass rushers,
That's
and I'm
the best
saying,
player.
how are you not doing it for Josh? You have Josh Allen. Go win the Super Bowl. You got to do what you got to do. You got to sacrifice what you need to sacrifice. You have
I
Josh
mean,
Allen. Justin Herbert's a
if
little different in that
the
I really felt
team,
like he had rosters that he should have gone further and they underachieved. I can't say the
I
same thing
agree.
about Josh
I
Allen.
mean, I mean, there's nothing else I could say about that that you didn't say. And Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league. I would
No,
say Allen
oh, no,
or sorry,
Pat
Patrick
is, but go
Mahomes.
ahead.
Patrick Mahomes, sorry. Mahomes, Allen,
Then
Burrow,
Allen and Lamar, yes, they're the
yeah,
very next
Lamar.
tier. Yes, absolutely.
Burrow's out, so you
Wow,
can't put him in there.
phenomenal.
But what I'm like what I'm saying is Allen is the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you think of the Bills, what's the first thing that comes to your head?
Josh Allen,
Josh
no
Allen.
question.
There's nothing else. Kincaid's out. That was his main guy. James Cook, I mean, their defense is okay. Will they make the playoffs? Yes. Will they get to the Super Bowl? My answer is no.
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
But
So,
does Josh Allen have a great season? Like always, yes. But
mm-hmm.
somehow, some way, just like the Eagles find a way to win, the Bills find a way to lose.
Okay. So we're gonna finish this up with the Broncos. And I am very curious to hear what you feel about the Broncos.
Let's see what teams you said. So Seattle. We talked about Seattle. We talked about the Bills, the Pat. Oh, that. Wait, where are we at? Denver.
The Broncos, yeah.
Broncos. Okay. All right. All right. This is the thing. Denver, number one defense. That is what you want to have. What wins championships? Defense, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the number one defense. Their offense is in the middle of the pack. Not like they're not like 20. They're in the middle of the pack, right? If you look up where they're at, can you see that or no?
See, what do you need me to say?
Where Denver is offensively ranked.
Keep talking, and I'll give you that answer with their team
Okay.
offense.
All right. Well, okay. So, okay, you got Bo Nix, and you got Sutton, you got Troy Franklin, you have Ingram, you got Mims, you got Dobbs. I mean, and the defense, like I said, is, I believe, ranked number one. And if their offense, and that is a chemistry to a Super Bowl team. So I think Denver gets to a Super, and they have a great coach, right? And they have a great coach. So do
They're
I
12th in offense.
it's tough. That's even better. And what are they at defensively? Number one, correct? Or number two, if not.
They are one, two, three. They're fourth.
Okay, so you got a fourth ranked defense and a 12th ranked offense. That is chemistry to success,
Hmm.
correct?
Hmm.
Okay, when you put that together,
Hmm.
they're going to be teams, right?
Hmm.
Now, are they ready for a Super Bowl? Because they are a little young. I'm not going to say they're going to get to the Super Bowl or win a Super Bowl, but what I will say is this: they will win a playoff game or two. They will win a playoff game, and they will get to the playoffs, and they will shock some people. They might even beat like a Buffalo Bills team, and then lose to like I don't know the Colts. Say I'm just saying. I'm just bringing up a scenario.
Would love
So
to see that.
I'm going to say that right now, the recipe of success of what they have going on, like you said, they're the fourth ranked defense. As of last week, they were number one. They let up some points this week, whatever the case may be, and they're even better than I thought offensively. So that's just a recipe for success.
Yeah, I would love to see Denver play Buffalo in the playoffs. Buffalo would want nothing to do with Denver in the
No,
playoffs.
I
Um,
agree.
Denver, um, Denver can win the Super Bowl. Okay, they're another team. They can go win the Super Bowl this year, and I'm
Imagine
not.
Green Bay, Denver.
That would be a crazy Super Bowl. That would be a crazy Super Bowl. Um, I love, I love the roster construction of Denver. I love everything. Right now, I think I would put Denver as the second best team in the AFC behind the Chiefs, and that has a lot to do with reputation of the Chiefs. Denver can beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, though, just to let you know. And that's how good that's how high I feel about them. Coming into the season, I said I felt like somebody was going to beat the Chiefs in these playoffs. I mean, we're not going to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. That was my prediction. It might be Denver, man, and I'm gonna tell you, I almost want to say that they're going to the Super Bowl. I just that damn
I
Kansas
would
City Chiefs roster. I don't know how they keep doing this.
I
Like
think I think the Chiefs, I think if Denver runs into Kansas City, that's going to be a hell of a game.
3 times a year. Yeah. Like I said, so my biggest thing is I'm tired of people trying to convince me that the Kansas City Chiefs roster is an actual good roster. They're great. They're
It's not
great.
a good
They're great
roster.
at the positions where you need to be great. I agree with that. But everything outside of at any given point in time for players has been good to okay. So Chris Jones, Patrick Mahomes, Trent McDuffie in an offensive line.
And also now coming back,
An offensive line.
Xavier Worthy.
But these aren't like household names. Like these
No,
aren't. This isn't somebody who you're like, all
no,
right, Xavier Worthy. We might have to double team him. We might have to give him sky coverage because I'm scared of what he can do. Like he's not that. You know what I mean? He's
no,
fast.
I agree.
He's good.
I agree. I agree
So
110%.
So,
I
like I
agree.
said, and they defeated my thought process on you need two pass rushers because they never had two pass rushers winning all these damn Super Bowls, going to all these Super Bowls. So like they've defeated that. I just Denver would be the team that I would look at and say that's the roster that goes to the Super Bowl. Okay, I'm looking at just like you said, in they fourth in total defense in terms of hold on. I'm gonna do this fast. In terms of like picks, I bet you they're towards the top. In terms of picks, they are yeah, they're fifth in picks. Let's look at sacks. Sacks, they are this is oh this is offense. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry. So we're going back to picks. Was not ready for that moment. Don't worry, my assistant will edit this part out. Picks. They are. Yeah, what I said, fifth. Yeah, around that. Yeah, pretty much around fifth in picks, and then in sacks, I think they're first in sacks. Yeah, they're first in sacks. They got 34 sacks already in this year. So this is the defense that I would be looking at. You know what I mean with the 12th ranked offense. Yeah, on a rookie contract. Yeah, I'm looking at this. This is it. So I just want to see what goes on with them, and that's all good.
Oh, by the way, Seattle's winning 14-0 already.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. And it's sad because you know what's sad about you saying that? Um, the Texans defense is third in the NFL.
Crazy. So wait, and what's it called? Right? Tampa Bay.
You saying Tampa Bay's what? I couldn't hear you. Your mic went off.
Oh, Tampa Bay lost. That game's over, right?
Tampa Bay. Why am my screen still saying third quarter? Yes, it's 24-9. That game's over. The Lions won 24-9.
Yeah.
Um.
Okay.
So
That's
yeah.
what I'm
So
saying.
yeah, man. So we about to wrap this up, man. So you got any other thoughts, man? How you feeling about your first time on Cuz you don't know football?
Bro.
Uncover your mic. You covering up your
What?
microphone.
Oh,
Nah, I
my
can
bad.
hear you. I can hear it
All
now.
right, is that better?
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, I have the mic like you do, so I'll set my thing up next time. I love your setup. You know, like I said, it's my first time coming on here, so I wanted to bring heat, and I did my
And
best.
you
And
did just that, sir. Let me tell you. All right, so let me wrap this thing up real fast. So, of course, You can catch the full episodes on Spotify and YouTube. Catch the reels on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We all over the place. Yo, Mike, man, you came on here, man. You brought heat. You did all of that, and I still got to tell you, unfortunately, cuz you don't know football. Yo, man, don't say.
Listen, thank you for bringing me on because you don't know football.
I appreciate you, man.
Oh,
Don't stay away too long, man. We're gonna have to get you back on here.
I'm down anytime, bro. Text me and thank you again, bro.
All right, man. Just like Martin said, man, I'm gonna have to see you when I see you. Peace.
Peace.